Clipperton, which the French call the Island of Passion, is not a popular tropical paradise. Lost in the vastness of the Pacific Ocean, it smells of ammonia, is tormented by hurricanes. The beaches are filled with crabs, and the waters are infested with sharks. Its lighthouse does not play a major role in the history of maritime navigational signals, but the events it witnessed were not blown away by the wind. The proof is a photograph taken in 1917 on the deck of a warship, which depicts 4 women and 7 children, the last inhabitants of the lighthouse. In 1906, a small detachment of Mexican soldiers and their families settled here and declared sovereignty. The commander was Ramon Arno, a young sergeant who boastfully called himself the governor of this wilderness. When the revolution broke out in Mexico, the only ship that supplied the island's settlers was burned by rebels, and the expected food supplies ended up at the bottom of the sea off the coast of Mazatlan. Having received no news of what had happened, the island inhabitants, left to their own devices, suffered from malnutrition and scurvy. For more than a year, life on Clipperton passed in complete isolation until, in 1915, a U.S. Navy schooner ran aground, hitting reefs near the island. When the American Navy sent a ship to rescue their compatriots, it also offered an evacuation ship to the 27 surviving inhabitants of the island. Arno refused. He did not allow any of the Mexicans to leave the island. Most of them faced death or madness. One September morning, Arno, probably delirious, saw a ship on the horizon and shouted to the garrison, "Cardona, Guerra, Rodriguez." Accompanied by his people, he hurried to go to sea in a small boat. The rest watched in confusion from the shore as the boat sank in the distance. Only women and children remained on the island, not counting one gloomy, lonely man, the lighthouse keeper Victoriano Alvarez. Distraught, he barricaded himself in the lighthouse with a pistol and proclaimed himself the King of Clipperton. Alvarez established a reign of terror, enslaved women, and forced them to satisfy his sexual desires. When one of them refused, he killed her. His reign lasted almost 2 years until Alicia Rovira, Arno's widow, and the young girl Terza Randon got rid of the lighthouse keeper, ending his life with hammers and knives. A few moments later, they noticed a ship on the horizon. The American gunboat Yorktown was sailing towards the island. Soon, Clipperton was abandoned forever. At the foot of its lighthouse lay the keeper's mutilated corpse, covered in crabs. In 1978, Jacques-Yves Cousteau directed the film The Forgotten Island of Clipperton, in which he showed how Ramon Arno Rovira, who survived the evacuation in 1917, returns to his homeland.